Hey guys, this is Kamiken, and I think what I'm going to try to do going forward is make a movement towards connecting to things that I actually like. Because for the longest time, I've just been sticking with mainstream stuff, things that everyone knows about, everyone talks about, and things that kind of keep you in the conversation of what's going on online just because it's popular or what is most talked about. Those things just sort of show up on my feed. They appear in front of me and I'm like, oh, what's this? I click on it. Oh, that looks kind of interesting. And then I'll watch it if it's talked about enough online to where people are like, oh, you gotta watch this, this is peak, this is great, this is amazing. And I'm like, all right, let me give it a shot and see if it's good. And I'll look at it and maybe I'll like it enough, like just enough to really check it out. But it's been a long time since I've sought something out that was just interesting to me specifically, to where it could be interesting to me and so niche that if I watch it or I consume it in some way, the fandom is so small that I can really only talk to myself about it. I would be like, yeah. You finish watching the show and you're just like, yeah, that was pretty good. And all you have is your own thoughts. Like, you can't even like go on Reddit and talk to other people about it because maybe only one or two other people have heard about it or are even interested in that same thing. But a lot of things that I could potentially like are just like that. A lot of it has to do with like, stuff like liminal spaces, which is like some like somebody's playing a game. They're doing some gameplay from the pool rooms behind me. But yeah, like games that have that aesthetic, games that have like that Y2K sort of cybernetic aesthetic, like it's stuff like that that really interests me that I just don't consume enough of. Like, I want to enjoy more of that stuff, but for some reason, like, I have to also create. I have to also make my own things. But then it's like I almost can't drop out of the mainstream fast-moving consciousness that's just going at hyperspeed. I can't drop out of it fast enough or drop out of that quick enough to even enjoy something that's different or that would actually appeal to my taste before I get like just sucked back up into the thing. Because you got the next show JJK coming out, you got the next show or you got the next episode of JJK coming out, the next episode of Free Run coming out, the next episode of whatever is popular these days that comes out, and you're just like, oh, I gotta keep up. I got to keep up so I can understand what people are saying online about these things. But there's so much more of a special experience that you can have by engaging with something that basically only really you know about. Like there's so many like web comics, and I don't mean webtoons type of web comics. I mean just web comics that are on their own site in their own corner pocket of the internet that is raising like their own mini fan base that isn't talked about at all throughout the whole of the internet. It's not in the mainstream, it's not anywhere that visible. It's just something you almost stumble upon where you're like not even looking for something like that, you're searching something else, and then somebody mentions like, oh, if you like this you might like this, and then you're like, oh, I'll just type that in and see what that's about. And you find something and you're like, whoa, this is actually different. Like, it hits you in a way that is unique to you. Like, dang, I really like this specific thing. And a lot of that requires like time to actually sit and engage with that. Like, back when I was really going to all these jobs and whatnot, like I just didn't have time. So I would just keep up with the things that I already had watched, like Free Run. I've already seen season 1. I've already seen season 1 of JJK. So I'm just like, Okay, or season 1 and 2 of JJK. So I'm just like, all right, well, let me just continue on that because everyone's talking about it, and I want to be in the loop, just be in the loop. And it makes me wonder how important it is to keep up with things that I'm not super excited about. Like, it's really rare that I find something that I'm super excited about. It's so rare to the point where there are things that have touched me on such a deep level that I'd rather just go back to those things that are familiar and rewatch those things or rewatch clips of those things rather than diving into something deep and new that I could potentially engage with and become a huge fan of. Being a creator myself, I haven't had that chance to really be a true fan of something for a long time. There are things that nobody really cares about these days that I'm a huge fan of, but I can't really engage with the media as much as I want to because I'm busy trying to create my own thing. I'm busy trying to create my own fandom and make that into the thing. So I can really just take the spirit of all the things that I liked in the past and just put it into this new thing that I'm making so that people can love it as much as I love those things in the past. And maybe if I just I just wait till after this season of anime comes to a low, comes to a close, and all the things that I'm watching end for the season, and then afterward I'll just be able to dive into other things that I may have seen clips of here and there on Twitter or Instagram, and then really try to take something new in, because there's a whole bunch of there's a whole world of interesting stuff just under the mainstream hyper speed feed that's just waiting to be explored. But it takes time to really dive into those things and to really get your mind around the newer ideas or the more interesting ideas that people are trying to put out there just before they do surface up to the mainstream where everyone else can get their hands on it. So yeah, that is just my 2 cents on trying to find out what I actually like. What do you actually like? Like, what do you like when you're not trying to keep up with the mainstream stuff? Like, what is your actual interest in, like, aesthetics, the types of comics you actually like to read, the types of manga you would actually read if you weren't reading like the latest stuff that everyone else is reading? Like, what is it that is particular to you that you're just like, yeah, this is my thing, this is what I like to do, and like what I'm interested outside of everything else, because I know you have something, and it doesn't have to do with Dragon Ball Z, it doesn't have to do with the latest anime coming out. It could be like a novel that you're really into, or a series of novels that you're really into. So yeah, if you have your own special thing that you're like really into, like a manga or a book series or whatever, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're checking out, and maybe it'll be like a cool video game series as well. But I hope you also check out the latest thing that I'm making that I hope to get you guys into, my latest webcomic, Saintley. It is a demon chase horror action comedy about 2 best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. Basically, it's like Scooby-Doo meets K-pop Demon Hunters without the K-pop. And the story backs the main character into a corner where she has to decide between the hard path to success or lose her soul to the lure of easy money. And we get to see the ramifications of her choice, and if she can hide this deal with the devil from her friend, or if it will tear them apart. And I hope you read my comic in the description and check out the story. It should appear in your email inbox or your spam folder if you don't see it. And thanks for watching the video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.